Welcome back, junior coders. In the previous lesson, we have learned CSS display and CSS float properties. Today, we'll learn how to place things exactly where we want using CSS Position and AMP, Z-Index. Just like placing stickers in your scrapbook, CSS lets us control how elements sit on the page. Let's begin with understanding what CSS Position is. Position in CSS helps you decide where an element appears in the page. There are 5 main types of positions: static, relative, absolute, fixed, and last is sticky. Let's explore each one with fun, clear examples. First up is static. It is the default position of all elements. Elements just stack up one after another like books on a shelf. No special behavior here. Static positioned elements are not affected by the top, bottom, left, and right properties. Look at this example carefully. Here the div has a static position. It is appearing in the normal flow of the page. The div also has a left property set, but you can clearly see that the left property is not affecting the static positioned div element. Next is position relative. Relative positioned element stays into the normal flow but can be moved using top, left, right, or bottom properties. An element with position relative is positioned relative to its normal position. Look at this example. Here you can see a div with no relative position set. Another div has relative property set and also left property is set as 30 pixels. This means that move the div from its normal position to 30 pixels left. Next value for position property in CSS is position absolute. This one is a little bit tricky, but let's try to understand it in some simple points. When an element is given position absolute, it is completely removed from the normal flow of the document. It means that it no longer affects any other element nor it is affected by any sibling elements. You can place it exactly where you want using top, right, bottom, or left, just like pasting a sticker anywhere on the page. It is positioned relative to the nearest ancestor that has a position value of relative, absolute, or fixed. Means that if any ancestor or parent element has position property set among relative, absolute, or fixed, it will set relative to that element. If no such ancestor or parent exists, it positions itself relative to the body tag of the page. Now look at this example carefully. Here is a div with absolute position. This div is inside a div with relative position. So, the absolute position div will position itself relative to the ancestor div. You can see it is positioned 50 pixels from top and left of its parent div. Now if we just remove the relative position from the ancestor element, you can see that now the absolute position div is positioning itself from the body of the page instead of ancestor div. Now this div is positioned 50 pixels from top and left of body of the page. You can also see that the absolute positioned element will position itself above other elements like pasting a sticker anywhere. Next one is position fixed. Fixed position is like taping something to your screen. Scroll up or down, and it stays right there, perfect for sticky headers or floating buttons. Its position is set relative to the browser window. You can see in the example below. Here the div has fixed position and it is set 2 pixel from the top and 0 pixel from the right of the browser window. You can see that the div is fixed on its position when you are scrolling the page. The last position value is position sticky. An element with position sticky is positioned based on user's scroll position. A sticky element has same behavior as relative and fixed, depending on the scroll position. You can see the below example here. This div element has position sticky. It sticks when you scroll past it, like a post-it note that grabs your attention just at the right moment. You can see the div is positioned relative until you scroll down, then it sticks like position fixed. So far, you've learned how to move elements on the x-axis and y-axis using top, left, bottom, and right. But what if elements want to sit on top of each other? Like stacking layers of paper? Here comes our hero, Z-Index. It controls the z-axis, or the depth of elements, front to back. The default z-index is 0. If you want something to appear in front, just give it a higher z-index. And if you want it to stay behind, give it a lower one, like -1 or 1 compared to others. Just remember, z-index only works on elements that have position set. So don't forget that part. Let's try to implement all these properties in our portfolio website. I have done some changes in the HTML of navigation bar. The link is wrapped inside a div with class navItem. Inside the div is the anchor tag, which has an icon image and a paragraph for the icon name. I have also applied some CSS for it. For nav, I have given a dark background color. For navItem, the display is set as inline block. I have set display block for icon images and the text color is set as white. Let's see it all in action. Refresh the page and see now our navigation bar is looking far better. The icons are big and titles of icons are making it more readable. Now I want to paste a sticker for featured icon above this project icon here. Let's move to the HTML file. Here below project's title, I am creating a span tag and giving it a class of sticker. If you are using Windows operating system, you can press Windows key and period to open the emoji keyboard. Write sparkles and select this emoji. You can see that the icon appears below the title without any position property. I want to place this sticker on the top right of this project icon. As we have studied earlier, absolute position property will work with parents having position property set. So, we will make the nav item relative, so the sticker can be placed absolutely inside it. Let's set position relative for nav item. After it, we will style our sticker class. Style it using class selector. I am setting its position as absolute. Give it a top and right of 0 pixels. Save the CSS and see how it works. You can see the sticker is now positioned relative to the nav item. Let's do some more styling of this sticker. Instead of 0 pixels, I am setting the top to -10 pixels so it starts from a little above and right to 2 pixels. Refresh the page, you can see it's showing on the top right corner of the project's icon now. Let's do some more styling. I am giving it a background color of gold. Setting the font size to 12 pixels. Its color to black. Also giving some padding and border radius. Refresh the page and see it in action. It's looking good now. Now I want that all my header including the navigation icons and this welcome heading will fix on the top and not move when we scroll the page. We will style the header in our CSS file. Inside the header element selector, let's write position fixed. Give a top and right of 0 pixels and set its width to 100%. The header seems to be fixed. But there is one issue. The section content is hidden under the header section. We need to give some padding top to the main section so that it comes a little down from the header. So, in our CSS style sheet, let's add some padding top for the main tag and see how it works. I have given it a padding top of 250 pixels so the content comes down from the header. You can see now that if we are scrolling the page, the header remains fixed at its position and it is not moving. Let's add one more section below so that page height increases and we can see the scroll. Also, I am creating a div with class name as wrap container and putting the main section and a side section inside it. Now our header is fixed and content is moving perfectly fine. We can also set the position fixed for footer like we did for the header. In our CSS style sheet, let's do the same for footer. Instead of top, we will give bottom 0 value for footer to fix it on the bottom of the page. The header and the footer is fixed on the top and bottom of the home page. Let's do the same changes in all other pages of our website for design consistency. Now that all pages have same header and footer, let's try to implement position sticky. For the demonstration, I will use this box in the projects section here. Let's try to stick the heading of this box using position sticky and see how does it work. You can see that the heading sticks on the top when we are scrolling the content. Now let's see how Z-Index works. This logo and the sticker is overlapping one another. Let's see how Z-Index can change their positions. We have set position relative for nav item here, and the sticker has absolute position set. Let's add the Z-Index 1 for nav item image here. We also need to add a position property here as Z-Index only works with elements having position property. Now set a Z-Index for sticker. Set a negative value for now and see how it works. Refresh the page. You can see that the sticker is not visible. If you inspect the element, you can see that the sticker element is hidden behind THT project icon image. This is because the image has positive Z-Index and sticker has negative Z-Index. The greater the Z-Index, it appears on front. Let's increase the Z-Index of sticker to a number greater than 1 and see who will appear on the top. You can see now the sticker is appearing on the top. Increase the image Z-Index so it will appear on the top. I hope you understand the purpose of Z-Index with positioning of elements. Alright, superhero coders, time to test your new CSS powers. Pick a team member from your portfolio, and place a shining star right above their head, like a crown. Use position absolute for the star, and make sure it appears on top by giving it a higher Z-Index. If your star is floating off into space, don't worry, just give the team member a position relative to help guide it. In this video, we have learned what is position in CSS, static, relative, absolute, fixed and sticky position values. What is Z-Index? We have also implemented all concepts in the portfolio website. In the next video, we will be covering pseudo classes and pseudo elements. Stay tuned and enjoy the fun learning. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting lessons.